TV. My name's Joe Remnants. It is a pleasure to have your company because you join us for a very, very special show. We are kicking Monday off in style this week because we have got for you a brand new launch. Yes, it is launch day. It means we're going to launch a brand new product, something that you haven't seen before here on Crafters TV, that you haven't had a chance to get your hands on. And it's shiny, so therefore we need the Scotty Hottie himself. He is here, he's in the building. Craig, how are you? I will say, Craig, I'm a little bit disappointed with you. I thought we were going to get shiny today.
No, the purple shirt is always for our foil press.
Oh, Craig, we can't hear you. Right, let me tell you what's coming up, then we'll go back to Craig. So it is, of course, about the foil press today. We are, of course, talking a brand new launch for you, which is our traditional type. That is what we're going to be launching for you today. It's a brand new alphabet system. Right, should we go back to Craig? It's like Eurovision, problems with the voting. Slovakia, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can.
About
we
there?
can hear you
We're
now.
all there? Hey,
Thanks.
we're good. Absolutely. Yeah, now, what a way to kick off a Monday, all about our foil press. Now, it's got like a double whammy because we are launching something that you've not seen before and something that's going to be great for all throughout the year, all different occasions. However, if you've maybe got something in the past and you've maybe never got the outer frames, then these haven't been seen for a while either, and we're going to be showing you them later on. I'm kind of leaving you just on a bit of a hanging just there as to what there could be. But yeah, we've got a jam-packed couple of hours. Let's have a look, see the things that we could be making. So it could be like your little gifts, so just handkerchiefs that we've got there. Now it is all, of course, all about our actual traditional fonts. So you can do lots of things like that. Could be banners, it could be cards, it could be home decor. Now that is a good old piece of chipboard that you can be using and creating. But of course you can then pop someone's name on them as well. So you've got there, thank you from one of our past collections, and then we've just used Beth as the sentiment or the name. But then make it for Christmas as well if you wanted to. Make your shaker cards. But then what my way to show you as well, incorporating our new traditional sentiment fonts, however, incorporating, have a look at this background here. This is something that you've not seen for quite some time. We've got it on today's show as well. So that and so much more throughout the next couple of hours on launch day.
But Craig, where is the sparkly shirt?
See, I thought I got away with answering that one. Well, no, the foil press shirt, that is all about the foil press 101. And I don't want to take away the shine from a brand new launch. So we'll just leave that in the cupboard, locked up, away. So we're just maybe like twice a year maybe. And then when we just come for a launch day, don't cry, Joe. Don't cry, we'll be back.
All I'm hearing is excuses, Craig. Did you forget to wear it? Is that what it is? And now you've come up with a sort of cunning plan to cover the fact?
I forgot to wear it.
It's in the wash.
In the bin.
How would you wash that thing?
No, it's not.
With a damp cloth, I'd imagine. Right, let's crack on and share what's coming out. Now, if you don't own it already, if you want to go for it, it is, of course, the foil press. That's what we're talking about first. It is absolutely an incredible product. It goes right through your Gemini Junior, so no plate combinations to worry about or anything like that. And the great thing about it is it's a hot foiling system. Therefore, it gives you that gorgeous shine. And unlike other systems that I've seen previously, things stay shiny for a long, long time, which is awesome. 100 bonus points if you want to go for this today. Club Inspire Platinum members, you can get it for $79.99 or $111.96. Everyone will get free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling on that today. You get everything you'd expect to, all of the dies, the foil, all of the little bits and bobs that you need. Also, if you're going for that, oh, it's very violent, wasn't it? If you're going for that, why not go for, you've got those nice feet on the bottom of there, why not go for the case that it will go into as well? This is going to make sure that you keep it all nice and pristine, and also you can travel around with your foil press as well. $23.99, $31.96 if you want to go for that. Oh, something else. Very, very exciting. Now, this was a recent launch, and it's the first time that I have seen it and been able to get my hands on it. It is the 9x12 foiling platform, which is awesome. So it's basically going to take your foiling platform and it's going to blow it up. You're going to get this huge size. It will go right through your Gemini, your regular Gemini, and it means that you can get loads on one platform all at the same time, which is awesome. $99.99 or $129.95. You get a free die included as well. You're going to get this one, which is your contemporary decorative borders. That's coming in there included for you as well, which is great. You get that totally free of charge. That's worth, that one there, sorry, is worth $12.99 or $14.99. You get that for free. You can get this as a Club Inspired Platinum member today for $79.99 or $103.96, which is awesome. But without further ado, oh, the Expressions foil, the foil Expressions foil stamp die, traditional type, which is, this is our new launch, isn't it? Our Crafters TV exclusive launch for you. It is, of course, our brand new traditional type. Now, you're getting 2 alphabets here, not one, which I think is awesome. You're getting the uppercase and you're getting the lowercase. It is very classic. It's very legible. You're also getting all of your numbers as well in there, which is fantastic. And the ampersand as well. $35.99 today or $39.96 to get hold of this. The great thing about it is it's amazing for personalization. If you want to do box frames, if you want to do door hangings, you want to do plaque, you want to personalize items, remember you can do this onto fabric as well. So think about personalizing a whole host of different fabric projects as well. 10% of our stock has already gone. Club Inspired Platinum members, $28.79 or $31.97 to get yourself a brand new alphabet. You're going to get the upper, the lower, and you're going to get the numbers in there as well, which is awesome. Now, if you went for the monogram alphabets previously, we didn't have the monogram foil stamp borders for you. We've got these back in stock, so let me just whiz through what these are. Now, what you've got here is you've got your bracket frame, you've got your confetti explosion, classic plaque, eleganza, you've got geometric frame, the hex frame, and the laurel one there as well. And the grande is here on the card. So this is the frame that you're getting. But basically the monograms are all about personalisation. They're wonderful for stationery as well and smaller items. Definitely grab those. £40 or $68 to get all of the frames that you may need for those, which is brilliant. Very busy also still on the machine. Don't forget 100 bonus points there on that machine, which is awesome. It is a brand new launch. I'd love for you to send in pictures of everything foily that you've been getting up to. Show me your foiling project. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send them. I can see loads of you saying hi this morning as well. Gilmore's in Michigan, Andrea from New York, Jeanette's in Manchester. Jeanette, where in Manchester are you? We might be neighbours. You could pop round for a cuppa. Well, not at the minute, obviously, because no one's allowed round for a cuppa. But from the 3rd of December, maybe then you could pop round for a cuppa. Robin's in Kansas, Catherine in New Jersey, Katie in San Fran, Sarah's in Melbourne, and Marcy is in San Diego as well. Keep dropping into the comments, saying hello. Come and have a gossip with me. Crafters TV over on Facebook and also Crafters Companion over on YouTube as well. Now remember what you're getting in here as well. So you're going to get with the foil press the actual base unit itself. You're going to get the platform in here. You're then going to get as well your foil stamp dies and your foil stamp and cut dies in there as well. You're getting the foil, you're getting the metal shim, the plastic shim. You're also getting those finger tweezers or finger holders, the cooling mat, and the squeezers, as I call them, which are those awesome magnetic tweezers. You're also going to get the full guide in there as well. And within that user guide is where you've got your matrix. And the matrix, of course, is what is going to give you all of the times that you need. This is really is your go-to. It's all explained in there for you, which is absolutely awesome. I remember Club Inspired Platinum members, £79.99 or $111.96 if you wanted to get that. Today, there's loads of other bits on the website that I don't have time to show you right now, but we will get time as we go through the show, hopefully. Pop yourself over there, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, click shop the show and have a look at everything that's coming up. Remember as well, I don't know what that was, remember as well, that was like the worst demonstration of being double jointed, wasn't it? It was like the least impressive circus act you've ever seen in your life. What I will say is there's another great show as well coming up later. Monday Makers, Fiona is going to be in the building as well. I haven't seen Fiona for a long, long time, so it'd be awesome to see her. Right, Craig, how excited are you to have a brand new launch? You are the king of the foils, I think it's fair to say.
Well, I seem to have been given that nickname, you know, I don't know why, but I do love the foil press.
What do you mean giving it? You sent an email around asking us all if we would call you Scotty Hottie and King of the Foils from now on.
You said that you weren't going to tell anyone.
I am only joking.
Yes. No, the thing is, you know, we all love our foil press here at Crafter's Companion, because the things that you can do, not just card and paper, but all the different materials and that as well that you can be doing. Now, yes, you get backgrounds, you know, you get your frames and that, but then we always need our alphabets. We need our alphabets to create our sentiments, whether it's our names or with love or special occasion, home decor, all these different things. And that's exactly what we've got today. And what we're going to do is we're going to make, well, it's not going to be a card, it's going to be a project. However, it's going to be on cardstock. So we're going to keep it quite simple when it comes to the cardstock, but then throughout the next couple of hours, we'll do different materials to show you as well. So what we're going to do is I've got my foil press all ready to go. It's just coming up to temperature. And although these are small, what I just wanted to say about our larger 9x12 platform, because you might think, well, Craig, you've got small dies, or we call them dies as well as stamps. They are foil press stamps. So they're quite small. So why would you need a larger platform to use them? Now, absolutely, you can use your smaller platform that comes originally with your foil press. However, the reason we brought out this larger one isn't necessarily that we are going to be bringing out huge, big foil press stamps that are going to cover up this full base. What it's about is now being able to foil onto your large concept cards. So if you've got your recently new USB for your Ultimate Pro, you can make your larger concept cards, like your easel cards, your stapler cards, side stepper cards, and you can then start to foil into the middle, which you can't do it with your smaller foil press. Whereas with what I'm going to do now is, instead of just foiling a couple of letters at once, I'm going to do all 4 of them at the same time. So just like our normal platform, if you are new to or if you are already know much about the foil press, if you're new to the foil press, there's lots of ideas, inspiration on our YouTube. But what I'm just wanting to do is I'm just waiting on this just to heat up. So it should only take a minute or so. So it's exactly like the smaller one if you know the small platform. I've just popped it in just by sliding it into the top there. We don't need another new platform. We're not coming here to you to say, right, you need to buy another base for it. It is still using the original one. So I've just popped that in, and I can feel it coming up to temperature just now. It's not boiling hot. It gets really quite nice and warm. If you are a bit heat sensitive, then I've actually got my carry case here. You do get, within the actual main bundle, mini bundle, you get things like your actual heat-proof mat. So if you're working in a small area, maybe you've got quite an expensive dining table or kitchen table, that's the only place that you can work on, then you know that this is going to be nice and heat-proof. So once you've used your foil press stamps, just pop them onto there and your surface will be absolutely safe. But because of that, if you want to then pick them up, if you are a bit heat sensitive, you will see me and so many of us using our fingers. It doesn't get boiling hot, but if you are a bit heat sensitive, you do get these little grippers as well. And then, as Joe was saying as well, you also get the little tweezers as well.
Squeezers, I call them. I don't know why I call them squeezers.
These are the reverse ones, so you just squeeze them. Probably that's why you call them squeezers, because you squeeze them, there's a magnetic disc, and then that just enables you to hold onto your actual foil press stamp. We'll show you that just as, again, the next couple of hours goes on, but this is my actual one. So I've got extra accessories in here, I've got my matrix in here, I've got additional plates in here, all these different bits that you can be keeping within your actual foil press bag. But don't forget as well, you don't just have to use it for your foil press, you can be using it for any of your crafting goodies.
I need to let everyone know, we don't have anywhere near as much of the 9x12 as we would like, Craig. In the UK, just taking the stock that we had from the start of the show, 10% of our stock's already gone on that UK 9x12. So if you were thinking about it, especially if you're in the UK, I would act sooner rather than later, because I don't imagine those lasting the whole 2 hours.
You know, you got the chance to actually get it now before it goes, so just as well to do that. Now again, when you actually are heating up your platform for the first time, it takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Afterwards, it doesn't take as long each time that you're actually foiling, because it's already comes to temperature. Sometimes it just needs a couple of seconds to meet the temperature that you need. I'm going to be using my matrix now. Because these are smaller foil press stamps, I'm still going to be using the original matrix. However, when it comes to this larger platform, you'll get an additional little sheets, kind of like an updated matrix for any of your larger foil press stamps or that. So what I'm doing on here, I'm just using our cardstock, which is going to be our 300 GSM cardstock. So I'm just having a look at the matrix here. So it lets me say a small die, a medium die, or a large die. Now again, this is where we say it's called die. They're actually called foil press stamps, but it's because they do look like a die that we can see here. So here is at least just one sheet of our little alphabet.
One sheet does plenty as well.
It sure does. It absolutely does. And I'm going to take that off because I don't want that to come temperature sooner than it needs. So you can see just here, what I need to do is be on low, and because it's a small one, each of these are individual, that's really small, I just need 10 seconds. So again, just waiting for this just to come to temperature. Still on green, which just lets me know that it's not quite ready. Once it goes ready, it will beep.
In essence then, the larger platform, are we just going to use that in exactly the same way that we use the smaller platform? Is there anything different that we do?
You're going to be using it exactly the same. As I say, the whole idea for the larger one is if you want to do your larger concept cards, things like you're going to do from your Ultimate Pro, any of your exploding boxes or your easel cards, stepper cards, that sort of stuff. So what we're just doing is waiting on that coming up once again. I've got everything good to go. I've got my card stocks all good to go. Now I've already got these die cut to the size that I want. You can of course just foil straight onto cardstock and then die cut afterwards. So we've got them good to go. And then what I'm also just going to do is I'm going to use our Aurora, and this is our papercraft foil. So I'm just going to cut this to size. So it's quite essential to,
This one is awesome, Craig.
It really, really is.
This one and the disco balls is the one that I absolutely love.
You do like that disco ball, but don't you?
Love it.
But this one, because it's got that silver look, but it's got that more AB look, Aurora Borealis look to it. It's like the Northern Lights as well that you can see coming through. So all that I'm just doing is, again, we're just waiting again. It doesn't take this long after you've used it for the first initial time. It's just that start up. So you can see here, so we've got our foil press stamp.
I'm ready
To say that we're ready to go. So you can see, I don't want my foil, too much bigger than I actually need, simply because that's when you can get things like your under or over foiling. Now, what I'm wanting to do is I'm going to foil the sentiment or the word home. So I'm going to take the H. Now I'm going to do this all in large letters. You do get your smaller case as well. So we just need M, and then we also need the E. So
I'd love to know, Craig, people at home, what would you be using to spell out unusual sentiments maybe, or names that you struggle to get, sort of pre-done dies and sentiments for? What would you be using to your alphabet for to make? Let me know in the comments on Facebook and on YouTube. I don't think what I'd be. You do you, hun, is something I say a lot that would be quite good made out of these, Craig.
The thing is as well is, we've all got lots of alphabet stamps or that when it comes to our collection, lots of alphabet dies. But now imagine being able to foil your names, your sentiments, your occasions, not just die cut, but you can now foil them. So what I'm just wanting to do is, you can see I've got them all laid up before. I don't actually need my foils just yet. So I've popped them all onto my platform because I'm going to do all 4 at once. I'm popping my carbon plate over the top and I'm pressing, well, I need to go to 10 seconds first as we showed you from the matrix. So 10 seconds, that's going to do the countdown. So that lets me know for those size dies, it just needs 10 seconds because they're small. So I don't need to do the timer, I don't need to do anything like that, it's done for me. Beeps to say that it's ready. So I can take that off, and now this is where I'm going to pop my foil on, so it's shiny side down. So we're just going to pop all of these on.
It looks so strange you using the bigger platform. I'm so used to seeing the smaller one, but this one's humongous, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot bigger, but then this is all the different things that you can do. Bigger sentiments, things like congratulations that you maybe wouldn't necessarily be able to do with your smaller one, or larger names.
And I guess it allows you to work on a lot more larger card concepts as well, Craig, does it? With things like your, if you're doing edgeable concepts that you then want to foil, or, maybe things like stepper cards and stuff, they're all going to fit in here, aren't they?
Absolutely, yeah. And that was the whole idea of when it come to the larger platform. Because I think some people thought that what would happen is we're going to come out with great big larger foil press stamps, and that's not necessarily the case. As I say, it's just enabling you to do your larger project. So before, if you do a side easel stepper card and you want to do some foiling into the middle, you would need to make your side stepper, you would need to do your foiling separate, cut it out, mat and layer, and then pop it on. Whereas now you can do it straight onto your cardstock. So we're going to take these ones off. Now there's all these grids, so you'd spend a lot more time than me just actually doing different...
People that have never seen the larger platform, Craig, are tuning in and thinking you've got tiny hands all of a sudden.
That's what it's actually, that's exactly what it's like, isn't it? You know, it's not, this is just the smaller one. Joking, it's not. It's the larger one, but it does look like I've got tiny, tiny hands. So we can see it now, see this bit here. So this is what we class as overfoiling. So that lets me know that there is actual foil where I don't want it, which means it's too hot, it's been on too long. So what we're going to do is we're going to just have a look at the other ones, so I can pretty much guarantee they will be the same in a lot of the cases that you can see just here. Far too much heat. So what we're going to do is get my foils to the side of me, and we're going to do it all again, and then we can then just sort this one. And then this is where we're able to now show you. If you had other foil presses that are out on the market that enables you to do foiling, if you get under or over foiling, there's nothing that you can really do about it. You just have to kind of grin and bear it. Whereas now, because we have the ability to actually change the actual time that you can see up on here. So what I'm going to do for this one is we're on green still, which lets me know we're good to go. 10 seconds, I'm going to bring that right down to about 5 seconds. So I'm still going to just use these that I've done. I'm just going to use the back side of them. So I've got them ones good to go. So I've got my stamps just here. And then what we're just going to do is let's get our foils.
Is it important that you let your foil stamps cool down if you have an overfoiling, Craig, and you're going to go again? Do you always take them off, let them cool down, and then start the process again?
Yeah, because that, for instance, that 5 seconds that I've got just here, if I pop them straight back on, then what's going to happen is they're still going to be lukewarm, and then you're going to add to the time to them, which means they're going to be a lot hotter than they need to be. I say hotter, it's more like lukewarm. So let's just take these bits out of the way. I'm just going to get another few bits as well. And then what I'm also going to do on this occasion is I'm going to keep my carbon plate off, because what the carbon plate can sometimes do, I leave it on most of the time, but sometimes it actually causes you to get some overfoiling, like we've done just there. So what we're going to do is let's lay these ones out again. So these are nice and room temperature here. So we're just going to pop them back in, trying to do it, you know, as relatively as quick as possible, simply because we don't want these ones to heat up a lot quicker than the other ones. So I'm pressing start, keeping my carbon plate over the off the top of it, and then as that beeps to say that we're ready, we can then just pop our foils back on. So again, I've got these ones quite relatively nice sized, and then probably let's just go for a little bit bigger as well for these ones. So we're just going to chop all of these ones up. I'm doing cardstock, but of course it could be different materials if you wanted to. It doesn't just have to be your card. So let's just pop these ones on. Our foil's just blowing away. So we can pop these ones on. And then all I'm going to do is let's pop these the backs of these cardstocks on again. Now,
awesome.
As I was saying, you do get these grids, so you can spend a bit more time than I am, and you can line them up.
How fabulous. Very, very busy on our traditional type expressions. As you can see, it is your brand new launch. $35.99 if you're in the UK. $39.96 if you're in the US. Club Inspired Platinum members, you can get your hands on this today for $28.79 or $31.97, and you are getting everything. You are getting the uppercase and the lowercase, as well as the numbers as well, and a fifth of the stock already gone. It is a big launch stock that we had for you today here on Crafters TV. It is a very, very busy start. I think people are loving these, Craig, because people did love the monogram, didn't they? But maybe this is just the next step up, whereas they're more for stationery and smaller projects. These are going to be great on larger card projects, but also a whole host of different things as well.
But that's the thing, you know, don't just think of your cards. Straight away, most of us are going to be doing it with our cards. However, what you're going to be able to do is bring in your mixed media, bring in your home decor, bring in your frames. If you remember that frame I done with Sarah's Rose Gold collection with the butterfly dies, do exactly the same, but using the actual foil press sentiment, or I keep saying sentiments that are, of course, alphabets. So you can do all these different things as well. So what I'm just going to do is taking these ones off. So you can see I've still got just a little bit just to the bottom just there. But if we take all of these ones off, so we're starting to build up our actual word. So I've obviously done home on this occasion, but it could be anything that you like. It could be, you know, someone's name if you wanted to. It's entirely up to yourself. So then if I take that one off as well, we can see just there, and that was the Aurora. So what I'm just going to do is pop these ones to the side, and then this is where, as I was saying earlier on, I'm just using my fingers to pick these up. They don't get boiling hot, but if you are a bit unsure, a bit heat sensitive, then you've got your squeezers, as Joe says, and well, the actual like heat-proof mat. So all that I'll just do is just squeeze them and then just lift them up like so. The magnetic disc just picks them up, and then all that I can just do is transfer it over onto my heat-proof mat just here, let go, and that goes on into place. So what we can do is let's just bring these ones in. So I've got a couple of different components. Where's my tape runner? So let's just bring these ones in, and then I'll bring in kind of like, it's a bit like an explosion box, but what I've done, we'll show you in a second, is I've actually already just attached the side of the boxes. So we're just going to tape these ones on. So I'll just do a couple more. Just simple bit of pattern cardstock from my stash, as well as some white smooth cardstock. So we'll just tape these ones on and pop that one on into place.
I just need to let you know, as I was still very busy on that 9x12 platform. I was meant to tell you 10% of the US stock had gone. If I said that now, I'd be fibbing, because 20% of the US stock has now sold out and gone. I don't think we've got enough to last the show, and the UK one is catching up as well. So if you want the 9x12, I would definitely think about doing it in the first half of the show, rather than leaving it towards the second half of the show. This show is already generating a lot of questions online. So if you've got any questions, get them into me now on the socials, on Facebook or YouTube, and then we'll do a bit of a Q&A session with Craig and go through some of them, because we're getting quite a lot of them coming in already. I have lots of them, really, really good questions. So I'll put them to Craig in about 10-15 minutes. So if you've got any more questions, get them into me.
So using the exact same nesting dies that I used to actually die cut these ones, I've just cut a little frame, and then what I would just do, just using my adhesive, I would just go around the edges, so you can see we're just framing our little alphabets just there. And then what I've just done is I just made, using our Ultimate Pro, it's an exploding box. However, what we've done is, just to create a normal box, I just taped the inside edges. So
Okay.
it's just what we'd class as an exploding box. It's on the USB for the Ultimate Pro and just stuck in the edges. So that creates just a normal box. And then as you can see there, what we've just done is just taken these ones, just pop them on all the way around, and then that creates your little box. So home gift box with home, could be tissues that are in there. If someone's just moved into their new house, it could be something to do with that as well. Just a nice wee keepsake, or just to say to someone that you're thinking of them.
Really, really gorgeous, and one of so many different things that you're going to be able to do, from cardboard projects to scrapbooking projects, home decor, even things like bunting. I think you could make with these and would be absolutely beautiful. Remember what you're getting here as well. You're getting, I can't believe the price on this, because if we were talking about just dies, right? They were just dies that were papercraft dies. I think this would be an awesome price to get 2 alphabets and a set of numbers, $35.99 or $39.96. You're saving 20%. However, these are foil stamp dies, and usually you pay a premium for a foil stamp die compared to a thin metal paper crafting die. So to get 2 of these, well, if you thought about the alphabets being £18 each and you were getting the numbers for free, that would be incredible value, and that's exactly what you've got. Remember, as a platinum member, you can get this for $28.79 or $31.97. Now would be a great time to place your order if you want to do so. You can by going over to the website craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Now we had Double Tiffany on Saturday, and it was so much fun. The lovely Tiffany joined us twice, and one of the things she took us through was the vinyl storage tray system, and it is here. This is it, 6 pieces here for you. It's incredible value for money. It's a vinyl storage solution. You get 6 of the trays, and you also get 30 of the sleeves, sorry, and 6 of the wallets you can see there. Now the great thing is, you can use this for vinyl, but you can use this for everything. It is great for 12x12 paper pads. It is awesome for your A4 cardstock. There's loads of different things that you can do with this. You can also store your foils in here beautifully in those little sleeves as well. If you want to go for it today, $19.99 or $24.99 there is your price. Now we've got some foils for you as well. A couple of different options on this show. The rose gold, which is always one of your absolute favourites, which is this one just here, £3.99 or $4.95 if you want to get your hands on that one. You can go any two for £6 or $7. So we also have as well the Aurora Borealis. I really struggle with that. I'm going to call it AB. That's much easier, isn't it? The AB.
Aurora Borealis.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't struggle with many words, but that is one of them. $3.99 or $4.95 individually. Again, any two for £6 or $7. Right, the 9x12 platform, getting super busy here now on this. If you want to go for it, as I said, a fifth of the stock has gone in the US, almost a fifth of the stock gone in the UK as well. $99.99, $129.95. You're getting the free contemporary decorative borders die as well. As a platinum member, $79.99 or $103.96 is your price there on that one. Don't forget as well about the foil press. Very busy on our foil press. It is an awesome machine. And don't think about this as being like a whole new concept or a whole new technology. This is really an extension to your Gemini machine that you already have. It's like an add-on pack, an expansion pack for your Gemini, because that platform that you've got there goes right through your Gemini without any kind of sandwich combination. It is designed to do so. The great thing about this is as well is that you've got that controllable heat. You've got the heat settings. You're able to control the time on there, and that means you're able to really refine it and get awesome, clean, crisp, foiled results every single time. You get the platform, you get the mat, you get the holder, you get the squeezers, the foil stamp dies, the foil stamp and cut dies, you get the carbon fibre plate, the metal plate, and you get, of course, that user manual in there as well, which is really comprehensive. What else I'd say as well is that you can watch this show back anytime you like on our website. Go back and watch some of Craig's foiling masterclasses where he's got his shiny shirt on. You can go back and watch those on our website. Also over on YouTube, there's loads of tutorials on our foil press. So you're going to have loads of inspiration and education to guide you through all the great things that you're going to be creating with this. Loads of questions still coming in. I'll tell you what, after Craig's next demonstration, we'll do a little bit of a question and answer session, if that's all right. I'm going to get all these questions, loads here, Craig, coming in, which is awesome. What would you like to share with us next, Craig?
Right here, so we're going to go now to the bundle that Joe just showed you with the foil press with the smaller platform. We're going to use still the alphabets, but we're going to create a box, but an actual handmade box, if that makes sense, not one from the Ultimate Pro. You'll get what I mean in a moment. And what we're going to do is we're going to foil onto vellum, to show you another material that you can actually foil onto. So what I have got is I've got my vellum, so this is just our Crafter's Companion vellum, and I've already cut this to 6x6 if you just wanted to check that one. So what I'm going to do is bringing in my alphabet dies. Again, I keep saying dies, it's, you know, they are stamps, but you know what we mean. It's because they look like dies. So what I'm going to do is, let's do a gift for you. As you can hear mine just beeping to say that it's ready to go. So I'm going to take my alphabet. So we're going to do a gift. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do the rest in small print, small alphabets. So we're going to go for gift. So G-I, we're going to go for F and then T. And then what we're going to do this time, because we can be a bit quirky, you know, a bit down with the kids.
Down with the kids. People that use the term down with the kids, more often than not, are not down with the kids. I hate to burst your bubble, Craig.
I'd like to think, yeah, I'll probably...
You're street, are you?
Agree with it, yeah. I'm on the street.
The street?
Well, no.
You're on the street is something completely different.
Completely different, yeah.
Is different to being street.
I think that means the same here in the UK as it does stateside. So, moving swiftly on there. So what we're going to do with this one is I've got my alphabets here, so a gift for you. If you are relatively new, you know, don't worry, it does look as though they're back to front, obviously, by the way that they're foiled. They will then foil on the reverse, so it'll be the right way. So I've got a gift, and we're going to go for and then you. So what I've got is my foil presses. Back now to our smaller platform. Look, normal size hands. Bit inky, but still a bit smaller. And then what we're going to do is, I've already got these to 14 seconds. Now, the reason I knew that is I just went by our matrix again. So I've just had a look at vellum. Now, you can see here that it says low, and it says 20 seconds. Now, the reason I've kind of classed that as a small one is because these are small. But what I'm going to do is I'm not doing quite 20 seconds, because I know for me, for vellum, that's just a bit too much. So I've just come down to 14 seconds. Again, we're on green, which means we're ready to go. So this is where we're going to use, like we've done before, is the actual platform. So there's, I know it's harder to see on the screen, but there's actually lines, there's grids, and you've got all the markings as well all the way around for, you know, even like 1/4 inches, even 1/8 of an inch. What we're going to do then is we're just going to start to just place them on. So I'm just going to do, pop them all on. Now you need to remember, so we need to start the other side. So a gift for you. And then what I'm doing is with these smaller ones, I'm going to line them up on this line as well. So I'm just seeing the line that I want to follow. And then we're just going to run that along. Now again, as you can see, I am using my fingers because for me, it's, you know, it's just lukewarm. It's not hot at all. If you want to use anything like your actual pokey tool or even your tweezers, because you've got a little point there, you can just nudge it into place. So what I'm then just going to do is bring in the next one. So we can do that underneath. And then I'm just going to pop them. So again, we need to do for you that way. So we've got that all good to go.
In my head, I'd have done it the other way around, Craig.
Well, you'll have seen there that I started to on each of the occasions, yeah. So 14 seconds, so I'm just going to press start. Now this is where, so if we go back to the first demonstration, if you get a bit over foiling where you don't want it, you just reduce it for a few seconds. If you've missed a bit of foiling, this is where you just increase it for a few seconds. That's the great thing with our foil press, and it's only ours that you can do that with. What the matrix will also tell you as well, when it comes to vellum, you need a 300 GSM shim. So this is just our white stamping card. So let's bring in our actual vellum as well. Key thing, do as I say, not as I do. Have everything good to go, so you're all ready.
Some people, Craig, multi-ordering on these and going for 2 sets, which we see a lot, don't we, with our alphabets. Linda Ford as well says, I ordered 2 sets on Saturday to make it easier for the extra letters to make some of the words. Great idea. I mean, when it's this cost effective,
a good idea.
If you're doing a lot with these and you know you're going to be doing a lot of personalisation with your foiling, wouldn't be a bad thing to do, I don't think.
No, not at all. You know, that's such a good idea to do as well, because you do get single letters for each of them, but if you want to make it a lot easier for yourself, then, you know, if you're able to do that, then perfect. But don't forget, as now we've gone over to the small platform in the Gemini Junior, we can do the larger platform like we've done in the first demonstration, but if you do have the smaller platform, but you've got the extender plate for the large Gemini, you can still be using that as well. So if I then peel that one off,
Craig,
look
that is awesome.
That. A gift for you. So that is then foiled using our Aurora, using our paper craft, gift for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these ones off. Now what to do, this is another one of those, Joe's, do as I say, not as I do.
You're sounding a lot like Sarah today.
She says it a lot, doesn't she?
She does indeed, she does
For
indeed.
speed, we plug our plate back in. If you are a way to complete your project, work on your project, keep your platform out, because if you leave it in for a long period of time, the heat circulates round and round and round and your plates will start to bow. So the reason we keep it plugged in is simply because it's quicker for us to get through the next couple of hours. When you're at home, you would then pull your plate out and then carry on with your making.
Awesome.
So then what I'm just going to do is I've just got a couple of elements already here good to go. So just using my square nesting dies, it could be your paper trimmer. I've just popped a frame using some of our green card. And then again, I'm just going to pop that all the way around. So if you wanted to know, that frame again is 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, and I've just cut out the center. So I'm just going to use my tape runner, and what I'm going to do is we're just going to work all the way around. And I think, I want to say this is from the warm tones of the 12 by 12, where you get the reds and the
I think it's
greens.
from the sunflower,
Is it the sunflower,
I
is
think
it?
so, I could be wrong. Yeah, I believe it is a sunflower, that one, Craig.
Could very well be, but then you can be doing any colours that you like as well.
And the great thing is the AB, I'm calling it that now, it goes with pretty much any colour, doesn't it?
It does, it absolutely does. So then what I'm just going to do now is I'm just then going to just pop that, so you can have that either underneath or you can pop it over the top. You can see there, so we're starting to get that kind of, it's not a see-through, but it's kind of like a misty effect on the background. So what we're just going to do is create in the background, cracking what we've got Laura in there in the gallery today, and frosted look. very much frostier.
A quarter, Craig, I need to let you know, of the brand new launchers gone. It is getting busier and busier and busier on that brand new traditional type. I think the great thing is about it, Craig, because it is traditional, it's versatile, isn't it? I mean, you could put this on a Christmas project, an anniversary project, a birthday project. You can use it for anything. It's not gender specific either. It's not masculine. It's not feminine. It is ultimate versatility.
But what about as well, if you are making your own decorations for your Christmas table, then what about doing your napkins? If you want to then actually foil onto a bit of faux leather, it might be real leather. How I'm not getting put off by what they're talking about in my, I'm landing them in it. They're actually, to be fair, they're talking about what you could be foiling onto and making your baubles and that.
Producer Erin is saying these would make, because obviously you guys in the US call them ornaments.
Yes.
But Erin is acclimatising, let's say, to the UK vocabulary. And she said, all these would make lovely bubbles. And we're all like, what now? Bubbles. I think she means baubles, Craig, baubles. Yes.
And that's how, as I am speaking to you all at home, I am thinking, why, bubbles? Why would you foil bubbles? But that is why. But yeah, you know, you can be making your decorations. If you want to then just do your wraps around your napkins or that, could be your actual, it could be your leather, your faux leather, it could be your fabrics, it could be your satins if you wanted to, certainly with your ribbon. Can you imagine actually satin ribbon, organza ribbon, grosgrain ribbon with the names of someone that you know you love, maybe wrapped around the edge of a cracker if you make your own cracker.
Oh yes.
Personalise the cracker, all these different things that you can be doing. So we're just going to pop our actual lid together. So just in case you wanted to know, that box was 8 1/4 by 8 1/4, and I just scored it 1 inch all the way around. And then we're just going to go all the way around here. I'm just going to pop that one. And then we're just going to place that into the middle.
Craig, stop the show, stop the show.
Yes,
stop
I just heard that one as well.
Stop the show, I can't go on. In the US, at Christmas, you guys don't have crackers. Like, I'm just hearing, we have crackers, like they're on the table, you pull each other's cracker, and then inside the cracker is a hat, you pop the hat on, there's a really bad joke in there, a small toy that is a choking hazard in there as well, that you put together as well, and that's what we have crackers and you make them yourself. You guys don't have crackers in the US, you only have crackers to eat apparently. I feel like we need to make it a thing, we need to start a cracker, we need to take crackers to the masses of the States, Craig, I think.
And I have it on very good authority that all of these jokes within the crackers are actually written by our Ben. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, knowing Ben. Really, I wouldn't be surprised.
There we go. So I've just foiled that onto some of our vellum and just created the top of a box as well. But as you can see, I know we've been having a bit of fun, but it gives you the thoughts, the ideas of what you can then be foiling, what you can be creating, what you're then going to pop into it. Because you could then maybe just foil, again, it could be a napkin, it could be a card, it could be anything like that. You might want to make some cookies and then pop them into a cello bag, having the cello bag that is foiled as well, with, you know, all these different things that you could be doing. Making mince pies, pop them in a cello bag, foil them as well. Just think of all these different things. Anything that you can then potentially foil, don't forget, it doesn't need to be even quite smaller now. You've got the ability now, if you've not already got the 9x12 platform, if you get that one, bring that one in, and you can then be foiling onto larger areas as well. So good, so many different things. Again, it's alphabets. You cannot have enough alphabets, and now with these size ones as well, the things that you could do, things that you could foil, just mind-blowing.
Very, very busy on the traditional type. I'll remind you of that in just a second. Let me take you through the monogram. Now, remember the monogram frames that we have for you. This is if you went for the monogram alphabets that we've had before. We will be getting the monogram alphabet back. I know when we bought the alphabets previously, we didn't have the frames, so we thought we'd give you a chance to get hold of the frames if you didn't have them. And these are absolutely awesome. And you can use these without the monogram alphabets if you wish. So these are what you've got. You've got the bracket frame. This is your confetti explosion. Very popular individually. They are all available on their own, I will add. This one here is your classic plaque. You've got the elegance. There's the geometric frame. You have the hex frame, the laurel wreath, And then we've got the Grande as well. I don't have a board for it. It's this one just here. If you get them all together as a bundle, though, you're getting 30% off. So definitely grab them like that, opposed to buying them individually. I need to go back to the 9x12 platform because it is proving very, very busy. Now, if you want, maybe you do lots of big projects, maybe you do lots of projects simultaneously, maybe you've got really big paper crafting dies that you want to start using as foil stamp dies, but you just don't have a platform that is big enough. It is here. This is the newest launch when it comes to the foil press. It is a 9x12 size. It is designed to go straight through your large Gemini in the same way that the original platform goes through your Gemini Junior. So that's absolutely awesome. It was very, very popular when we launched it. I will let you know, you're also going to get the contemporary decorative borders there as well, and that makes that. Talking about foiling on ribbon, Craig, how awesome would these all be to do all your foiling on your ribbon for your Christmas presents? How about, because I love brown paper with just red ribbon, but then you could actually foil it as well with those. I think would be beautiful. You get those included for free as well, which is awesome. 20% of the stock in the UK has gone, 20% of the stock in the US has gone. Club Inspire Platinum members can get that today for $79.99 or 103. Oh, excuse me. I've got a frog in my throat. 103.96, which is awesome. We must come back to, though, the launch. This is the star of the show. Almost 30% now of our launch stock has sold out and gone. You are getting these, and it's traditional type. I love that they're so legible. They are traditional. I think they're going to work beautifully over Christmas time for you. The black and gold is just so strikingly classy. Think about doing card projects with these. You know, you could be spelling out anything you want. There's one over there that's got cake written on it, which is right up my Strasser. You can put whatever you want onto these, which is absolutely fine. Everyone's looking at me thinking, Strasser is street in German, guys. It's right up my street. Good to know. Oh, I've just completely lost my train of thought. What you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to spell out anything you want, and you can spell out absolutely anything, whether it's you know, random names or names that are very hard to get anything made for, or you know, off the shelf. It could be sentiments that you don't hear, expressions, anything you want to spell out, you can spell it out with these. And the other great thing is if you want to do box frames with them, you can do door plaques. I think wall hangings, signs would look awesome with these. Or of course, all of your different scrapbooking projects as well. When it comes to versatility, I don't think it gets much more versatile than alphabets and numbers, and this is a particularly versatile set of alphabets and numbers because they're not particularly occasion specific, they're not really masculine or feminine, they are a really, really awesome versatile set, and it's really busy on them. $35.99 or $39.96. Platinum members, you can get this today for $28.79 or $31.97. Some of you more to be ordering on these as well because you want to be able to spell out most of your words immediately and not have to replace. If you want to do that, absolutely be our guest, but it is very, very busy. Almost 30% of these has sold out and gone. Craig, I think this might be the most versatile, one of the most versatile launches we've done for the foil press. I love the size of these. How big are the letters? Could you measure one for me, Craig?
Absolutely. So what we can do is let's take
the O is is the biggest one, isn't it? The O, I guess.
I think the M actually.
Oh, is it the M?
Oh
yeah.
no, the W. I would say the W.
Oh yeah.
So the W, when it comes to the larger ones, so they are from left to right is 1.5 inches, and then the height. So the height of all of them will be just over the 1 inch. So just over 1 inch and no more. And then when it comes to your smaller ones, so again, let's go for, I think the G is actually the biggest one when it comes to the smaller ones. So the height is just over 1.25, and then the actual width of it is just over 3/4 of an inch.
Okay, awesome. The comments have gone crackers, Craig. Sarah Brown says, we've got crackers in Australia. Heather Whippler in Canada says they have crackers there. The gorgeous Janet Oy in Singapore, she says, yeah, we've got crackers here in Singapore as well. Liz says you can buy crackers here in the US, but unless you have a British background, you have no idea what they are. I make an effort to have them every year, and in fact, I'm going to make my own this time and personalise them for everyone as well, which is awesome. What a great idea. Right, shall we do some questions, Craig?
Let's go for it.
Okay. Craig Laird, your chosen subject is the foil press. I've started, so I'll finish. That's we have a program here in the UK called Mastermind, which is what that was a reference to. It's a very, very famous, long-running quiz show. Jacqueline Atkinson says, "What do you do if you have duplicate letters in a word or name?"
So this is when you're going to actually be using your actual grid. So if I bring this one in, so let's bring ours in. So then you can use your grid. Don't forget you can be using it lengthways as well. You know, it just doesn't have to be that way. So then you're going to be using your grid. So we're going to see right down the middle there and down the middle. That's your 0 point. So this is then going to be your centre point. So what you're going to be doing is using the 1/4 inch grids. So you can then start to then foil, you know, the letters that you want, leaving the accurate space, and then come back and refoil it again if you so wish.
Awesome. Laurie is asking, going to ask, can you use these dies for regular cutting or are they just for foiling?
So they're just for foiling. However, what you can do is you can be using them with your Gemini and the actual embossing mat. So then what's going to happen is you're going to get the embossed detail. So actually, if I bring this one in that I used as the shim earlier on for a gift for you. Now keep in mind, because I had all the layers, it's not completely
embossed. I can see that.
But if we just run that through the Gemini with our embossing mat and also the plate configurations, then you could be using it as an embossed sentiment if you so wish. So it's not going to die cut, but you can of course do the foiling, which are intended to, or even do it with a bit of embossing.
Awesome. Rose says, late to the party today. How is Craig foiling without his shiny purple shirt? Ro, don't. Honestly, we've almost fallen out about it this morning. I think we just move on. Eleanor says, I was wondering with the new platform if it's possible to foil onto a shirt for like a little child. It was just something that crossed my mind.
So kind of the same sort of ways as the smaller platform. As long as you can actually fit that through, then you can be then foiling onto different mediums. What you could then also do as well, if you're into your soft crafts, you're into your sewing, you could be then foiling onto a selected part or area of your material and then stitch it, sew it, or whatever technique it's called when you come to pop it onto the material. So there is a few different ways in which you can do it.
Could you use some sort of transfer? Could you foil onto some sort of transfer and then transfer it onto the shirt maybe? There's got to be a product out there that allows you to do that, isn't there?
I would have thought so. I don't want to say
I don't know what that product is.
Yeah,
but in my head there must be something you can, like some sort of vinyl that you could foil onto and then you could iron that onto the shirt. I don't know if you ironing the foil would damage it. Oh, I'm not sure. So many questions, so little answers.
Shouldn't damage it because it's heat foil. It's heat set foil. But it's just obviously you've heated it once and then doing it again. So it's maybe, do you know something? This is actually one where myself and Bernie would need to get together and see if we can work something out on that one. So leave that one with us. See what we can do.
We'll see what we can do that. Can I foil onto mount board, asked Suzanne.
So once again, as long as it goes through the actual platform or goes through the Gemini, it would depend on actually the thickness of the mount board. But if it's actually going to fit through, if the Gemini doesn't like it, just like die cutting, it will just spit it back out. So as long as it's not too thick, but give it a shot as well.
Awesome. Terry says, can you erase excess foil when you get over foiling, Craig?
So on some materials, what you can actually do is it actually looks like overfoiling when it's not actually overfoiling. So if you just take a rubber or an eraser and just lightly rub away, and that will take some of it. Some materials that you do get a bit of overfoiling, you can also still use a rubber or an eraser. So just give that a shot just to see if it's going to come off.
Awesome. Rubber, we call it here in the UK. You might know it as an eraser in the US. So rubber apparently means something else. Mary says, good morning from... Craig's got the same colour as his shirt. Good morning. Mary says, good morning from Georgia. Love you all. I have a question, please. Can I foil over foam? Been trying to find out for quite some time. Thanks in advance.
Yes.
Yes, okay. What is the size of the alphabet? We already covered that. Yeah, I think that's all the questions, Craig. That was a lot of questions. You all right? You cooled down over there? We'll be able to foil on you at this rate.
Not yet.
Right, I just want to remind you again what you're getting in that brand new launch. It is very, very busy on it right now. Remember, you're getting all of the uppercase, you're getting the lowercase, you're getting the ampersand in there, and you're also getting all of those numbers as well, which is absolutely awesome. We have lost Craig, I'm afraid. We've got some gorgeous cardstock available for you on the show as well. 4 for £30 or $42 if you want to get your hands on that. It is the white stamping card. You've also got the craft cardstock. The quality is gorgeous here. That stamping cards are really lovely. Great versatile weight for stamping, embossing, die cutting, and craft. I just think nothing says Christmas like craft cardstock. Craft and red ribbon, I think together is just gorgeous. Why is craft card spelt with a K? Never got my head around that.
Don't know.
Do you think it's like a German spelling or something for craft? No, because craft is spelt very strangely. It translates very strangely in the German language. Anyway, $9.99 or $14.99. We've also got the A4 size fab file available for you on the show as well. From the Totally Tiffany range, always popular when we have Tiffany items for you in these shows. $7.99 or $9.49. Check the website if you want to grab one of those ones. Loads of you still chatting away with me in the comments as well. Really, loads of questions still coming. We'll do another Q&A actually a little bit later in the show. So if you've got more questions, we'll get them in. Has the Scotty Hottie contained himself yet? Let's see. How are you doing over there, Craig?
Righty-o.
You're all right. You're back in the room.
I'm absolutely fine. Yes. You wouldn't
Awesome.
think that I'm 35, would you? So what we're going to do with this one is, actually let's show you what we're going to do. So this is for, it could be a little boy, little girl's door, you know, so you can just going to be hanging that on again. We're going to be making it Christmas themed, so it could be their name, you know, obviously if it's a larger name, then you're going to make a bigger one. All this was, funny enough, is the craft card. So it is 4 inches by 8 1/4. So what I'd actually done is kind of creating our own chipboard. So I've just cut 3 of them out at that size, and then each one I've just used our nesting dies to cut a circle. Just layered it up. On this one, what I've done is I've used our all-purpose Collal glue. You could use the tacky glue, and then that creates a thickness, and then it's giving you that chipboard look and feel to it. So what we're going to do is we'll carry on just with that name that I've done on that one. With the one that I've done is I used some red foil that I already had in my stash. You know, I'm using throughout today either the Aurora or the actual rose gold. But if you have any of the other paper craft foils, you can be using. So let's go for, as I say, what I'd already done. So we'll go for the J for the capitals, and then let's go for the O. And we're also going to go for, so I still need that one. So we're going to go for, no, we don't need this one, for the Y. So we're going for the joy on this one. So again, we're on green, which lets me know we are good to go. We have got our cardstock that we're going to be foiling onto. It's actually patterned paper, a thick paper. So I'm going to do that 300 GSM. And that's actually a good point, Joe, because I get sometimes questions saying, well, I want to foil onto cardstock or paper that's less than 300 GSM.
Okay.
What do I do? So if you want to foil onto card or paper that's less than 300 GSM, I would actually follow the guide of the 300 GSM cardstock. All that will happen is you'll get a bit of overfoiling. You might not.
If you were doing like a 180 GSM paper card sort of weight then, Craig, would you put another sheet of the 180 in as a shim to bring it up to sort of like 360, or would you just not worry about that?
I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay.
Try it if you want to. You know, it's not saying that's the wrong. I wouldn't do that necessarily. I would just reduce the time. It's all about the time. Temperature stays exactly the same on low. You're not messing with the actual temperature. It's the time that you're just adjusting to. So on this occasion, because the paper isn't quite 300 GSM, it says on there for the small one, it is 10 seconds. So I'm actually going to bring this down to 8 seconds. So it's just slight bit of trial and error. But we do have, again, the matrix there and lots on our YouTube for you to follow. So what I'm going to do for these ones is I'm actually going to start with the Y, because obviously the lowercase y is going to hang down slightly. So I'm following this grid along this slight middle bit here. So then I'm just going to work my way backwards. So we're going to go Y, O, and then the J. So we've got the capital just there.
I was thinking, what does Yodge spell here?
Yeah, you just need to remember, you just need to flip it the other way round, because obviously when you peel off your material, then it is going to be that reverse look. Trust me, you will do it, because I've done it and I will keep doing it as well. It's going to happen, and I probably wouldn't be surprised if I do it within the remainder of this show. So again, on this one, the original, I used some red foil. I'm just going to use some of our rose gold for this one. Chopping it down just slightly, and I'll just knock that off. So we're going to move that one back. And then all that I'm going to do is just put my foil, always shiny side down. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this one up and I'm going to pop that into place. So I'm going to put my carbon plate over the top, sliding it out. So always sliding it. Don't bend it, otherwise there's the little heat prongs at the top of the actual platform. So you don't want to damage them. So just like you maybe already know and love, if you don't know our foil press as of yet, all that's doing is the combination between the heat as well as the pressure of the Gemini. It is then just enabling you to foil your material. So I'm just going to pull this one off. Now you can see, I know it's harder to see when it comes to this colour.
I love it on the pattern paper.
But see, I do as well. I love rose gold against the pattern paper, and that's why I wanted to actually change this one. So you can see how we've got that effect there. So if I move that one out the way, and then what I'm just going to do is we will just make this one because it takes no time at all. I've just taken one of our relatively new nesting shape dies, you can see just on these. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm just bringing in my dotty tape runner, and I'm just going to go all the way around, so just adding the adhesive. So what I'm doing here is then I'm going to be framing it. So we're just framing the name or the sentiment, whatever it is you choose to actually foil onto. So I'm going to frame that one into the middle. So I'm keeping it in like that. Then I'm just using our actual texture cardstock. So this is from our warm tones, our 12 by 12. Just going to place that one on, simple bit of matting and layering, and we're just pressing that one. Let's bring in our little door hanger. So for this one, what I would do is I would use our tacky glue for this one, just because it's a bit of home decor. So I just want to make sure it's all really robust and sturdy and it's going to stay in place. So we're just adding our wet glue. So that's just our tacky glue. So we're just going to place that one on, then bringing in our poinsettia. So this was from, I believe this one was from our traditional Christmas set. If you got our perfect poinsettia from the year before, you could be using that one. So we're just going to be using our glue gel. So we're just going to pop that one into there. I'm just going to even add just a couple of little holly, tuck these ones in just to add that little bit extra dimension. We can pop that one in. And I know from maybe looking on the camera, the joy is very quite subdued in the background, but up front you can really see it really closely. But I really do love rose gold against pattern paper. But then just to show you as well, if you did want to do it, if you've got any reds or any other ones, you can see you can do that. So, you know, you can maybe do a little sentence, you know, for Santa to come in or anything like that that you could be doing for whatever way that you want to create them.
Really gorgeous. And just one of so many things you're going to be able to do with these. You guys are absolutely loving them. Over 30% now of that brand new launch has sold out and gone. Right, I want to remind you some other stuff that's on the show. That fab file, getting busier and busier on that actually. $7.99 if you're in the UK. £9.49 if you are in the US. 40% of that has sold out and gone now, so do grab that if you want it. The 9x12 platform, the UK has taken the lead. A quarter of the stock here in the UK has gone. This was one of our big birthday launches that you guys absolutely loved. You're going to get that contemporary decorative borders die included in there as well, which is awesome. $99.99 or $129.95. Club Inspire Platinum members can grab that for $79.99 or $103.96. This is coming towards the end of the stock, and it would, once we obviously run out of this batch of stock, we will be reordering it. I don't know when that will be. I can't imagine that will be this year before that comes back in stock again. So if you want it, if you've had your eye on it, I would say today is making your mind up time. I want to just run through the Monogram frames again for you, which are awesome. Let me run through what you've got. So a few different styles here and different sizes. This is the bracket frame, this one that you've got just here. So you can see it's a really kind of small, quite a detailed Monogram frame. The next one that I've got for you is the confetti one, which is this one just here. Very popular individually. Details are along the bottom of your screen. What you've got is that gorgeous, like, it's kind of like an explosion, isn't it? It's like an eruption of foil, which is absolutely gorgeous. The next one is the classic plaque. which is this one just here. Again, a very, very classy, classic design. The next one is an Eleganza Extravaganza. Yes, it's the Elegance, which is this one just there, which is gorgeous. Very, very detailed. Would love a little picture in there maybe as well on a small project. The next one is the Geometric, which is this one just here, which is absolutely gorgeous. The other one, the next one I've got for you is Ariana's favourite one. It is, of course, the Grande. This isn't endorsed by Ariana Grande. I should make that clear, just in case we get in trouble with her lawyers. She's a bit touchy with things like that. We've got the Hex Frame. We don't know that either, by the way. The Hex Frame is this one here. I'm just waffling rubbish today. You know, you'll get used to it. This one is the Hex, which is gorgeous. And then you've got the Laurel Reef as well. I was watching a programme last night and there was lots of clips from the Athens Olympics in it. And, you know, they gave them like the little headpieces at the Athens Olympics. Do you ever remember? During like the ceremony where they give them the medals, you know, like they put the medals around them. At the Athens Olympics, they gave them like little sort of vine headpieces. Reminds me, the Laurel Reef reminds me of that. Is that what they are, a laurel wreath? Oh, there you go. That's what they had on their heads, yeah. Anyway, that's what I did last night. What about you? Right, anyway, let's go back to these expressions because they are proving super busy. As I said earlier, over 30%, almost a third now of the stock actually gone. The great thing about them is that, of course, alphabets are so incredibly versatile. It's a great price considering you're able to get 2 sets. I mean, you're getting an uppercase set and a lowercase set. I'll just change the details there on the screen for you. $35.99 becomes $28.79 if you're in the club. $39.96 in the UK becomes $31.97. You also get the numbers in here as well. So think about not only spelling out words. I know we've spoken a lot about that today, but also think about all those milestone birthdays that you have. Or do you know what? I feel like we only really celebrate numbers, don't we, when it's milestone birthdays, like 21st, obviously 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, or sometimes the middle one's a bit of a celebration. Is it like 35
Yes.
is my next one? 35 seems like a mini milestone. We should make more of all of them, Craig. You know, I don't think you should.
I agree.
Don't think you should hold out for milestone birthdays. Every birthday can be special. Put the number on every single one. Have a party. Get your friend when you're allowed. Obviously, don't break the law. Don't have a party and then say, well, that guy off Crafted TV, he said I could have everyone over. That's not how it works. But when we're allowed to, have parties. Celebrate every every occasion. Don't listen to me. Listen to your local leaders is what I would say. I'm not a local leader. I don't know if you'd work that out, but turns out I'm not. Loads of you still chatting away as well. Michelle saying, I used foiling yesterday for my wedding card. I spelt out couples' names. Happy it was short as well. Loads of questions still coming in. Rose says as well, it's funny that we speak English in the US and the UK, but so many words have different meanings. Wink, wink. Absolutely, isn't it? And Betsy says, I can hear Craig laughing in the background over there as well. Craig is super, super busy on this brand new launch, which really pleases me. What would you like to share with us next?
So we're going to carry on with the expressions, but we're going to do a bit of foiling onto a bit of acetate, and we'll also do a bit of mirror card as well. So it's kind of the one demo, but we're bringing the two of them together. So what I'm going to do is, I've got my acetate here, all good to go. So we're going to make a thank you card. It's going to be a larger size thank you card, but we're even going to throw in a bit of a shaker element as well. So what we're going to do is let's take our actual alphabets. So let's take thank you. So we'll do just the traditional uppercase for the start, and then we'll do lowercase for the rest of them. So let's do TH and taking the rest of them. So where am I? I need the A. Now, if you think as well, so we've been saying obviously you could be then foiling everyone's name if they've got obviously their name, but what about different spellings, you know, unusual spellings? Or it could be, you know, maybe they've got a nickname or something like that, or, you know, maybe you call your husband or wife a name, you know, a nice name. You know, you could be doing things like that.
That would be a good topic of conversation. Let me know your pet names for your, I don't know, partners, spouses, friends, relatives. I call everyone, when I'm not at work, I call everyone babes. That's what I say. Everyone's babe or babes when I'm not at work, yeah. I don't know where that came from. It's a very Essex thing, that I think.
Mm-hmm. You've never called me that.
Because we work together. I feel it might be slightly unprofessional if I was calling you babes on air all the time. I did used to work with a presenter in a previous channel who you will know, Craig, who referred to everyone as babe or babes, including all the females and all the males that he worked with as well, and it was really weird.
Is that the same channel that I'm going to be there the next couple of days?
It's the sister channel to that
channel. The sister one to that one. Okay,
I'll tell you after the show, Mike Mason.
You tell me that one.
Yeah.
So what I've got is, I've got my actual alphabets here. So I've got thank you, and then we're going to bring in our acetate. Now, this isn't heat-proof acetate. This is our actual heavyweight acetate.
Construction acetate.
Construction acetate. So it doesn't just have to be heat-proof, so don't worry about that one. I've got some, now this isn't our Aurora, this is just some of our silver foil that I'm just had cut to size. So I'm just going to be using that one, but of course it can be your Aurora or any of your other papercraft foils. So what I'm going to do with this one is, because I'm going to go on to acetate, so if I bring in my matrix again, so I can see it's even got acetate, it does so many more materials than what's just stated here, but obviously this is just some of the main ones. And then what we're going to do is, what you need to think of as well, kind of like the circumference of what that covers. So I would then class that as kind of like a medium size stamp. If that was one stamp, I would class that as a medium. So we can see here, if I go into medium acetate, it's 15 seconds. So that's what I'm going to go by. So then we're just going to go right up to 15 seconds, still on green, which means we are good to go. So this is what I'm actually going to do. What I was saying earlier on is, instead of doing thank you that way, I'm just going to turn my platform around and then we can do it this way. So it just gives us another way in which we can then foil and create. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to make sure I've got everything good to go.
Lidge says on Facebook, Craig, that she says, I'm not sure we always want to be reminded about how old we are. And a couple of friends of mine have received 70th birthday cards before they were 70 for a few different people. Oh, there's no coming back from that one, is there?
No, there's
not. My
nan
organised a 70th birthday for herself when she was 68, which is something we never let her forget for many, many years. It got 2 weeks out before the birthday, and my mum was just like, there's something not right here. And my mum had to go over and see her and be like, Mum, you're 68, you're not 70. And she was adamant, she wouldn't have it. Got the birth certificate out. She was actually 67. Yeah, so she just wanted a party. Who can blame her? That's where I get it from, Craig.
Any excuse for a party. I can see plenty of parties happening next year when...
I think we can just, if you've had a birthday this year, like a milestone birthday especially, you can just do it again next year. A couple of my friends have had 40th birthdays this year, and what we've decided is we're just going to move it to next year, same date. You do 40.0.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, this year I was 35 in June. So as you said, Joe, you know, it's maybe not necessarily something you'd put on the age of a card, but why not celebrate it? Obviously, I was meant to be in America at the time. So what I would just do next year is I would just have a party to celebrate.
Absolutely.
Okay, maybe going to be 36, but who cares? Have a party.
Why, we could celebrate your 35th birthday on my actual 35th birthday. We could have a joint 35th birthday. There you are.
Sounds
perfect.
Good,
doesn't it?
Sounds
perfect.
Absolutely perfect to me. There we go.
Erin wants to come. Yeah, Erin, of course you can come.
Of course you can.
Absolutely.
Of course you can. Just you wait till we can
Laura,
have a party
you can come.
I
mean, Laura, you were given. You're already coming in the doghouse here. We'll invite Tracy as well.
Laura's bringing all the good food.
She does bring all the good food.
So that was just our construction acetate, not heat-proof acetate, and we've just foiled onto that one. So while I've got all these still lined up, I'm just popping that back in, and you can see here it instantly goes back to green, which just lets to me know that it's already up to temperature and we're ready, good to go. So this was our Crafter's Companion heavyweight acetate that you could use. If you have got Hunky Dory's acetate or any heavyweight acetate, you absolutely can be using that, no problem at all. And then using the same nest and die frame that I used within that last demonstration, I've just taken one of these actual gold mirror card and cut an actual layer. What you could do, this is our mirror card. We could, of course, then just do it onto actual Miri card, or it could be Centura Pearl, it could be Adorable Scoreable, anything like that. Still keeping it on 15 seconds for this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop them back into place, and I'm just going to pop my actual die cut layer over the top. And then what I'm going to do is, now, did I do the countdown? I can't even remember
Can't
now.
remember.
I can't
Alison
remember.
says on Facebook, Joe, your family really has issue with birth dates, don't they? They really, really do. Alison, you are correct. Andrea says, right, Joe, Kraft papier, craft paper, is a German thing because craft means strength and describes a very sturdy and tear-proof paper. It is made out of wood and usually unbleached, hence the brown colour. Oh yeah, but it's confusing because obviously, what is the word for craft in German? Someone's going to Google it for me and let me know, I'm sure. But you would imagine that craft is because it's craft because of craft, but it's not, it's craft because craft means strength in German. That was confusing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like it though. It's going into my repertoire of very interesting facts. Thank you for that, Andrea. Sam says I ordered an alphabet set this morning and just purchased another set. So I have, how do you spell it? Okay. That is correct. I just have to be very careful how you pronounce it. Kunst
even
is the
I
word.
just thought
Craft in German is Kunst. That is how you say it. But that's definitely not craft with a K, is it? Which is what you would presume it was. Sea God says she makes great guacamole if we fancy inviting an extra person to our birthday party. Just so you know.
Oh, you wouldn't think you're watching Launch Day Show, are you? Oh, gosh.
It's Fake
Hilarious.
Friday, Craig. It's
Hilarious.
Fake Friday.
Fake Friday for you.
Yeah.
Now look at this. So this is our luxury mirror card, and we've just used our foils onto that one.
That is gorgeous.
And that is foiled an absolute treat.
Would never think to use foil on mirror, would you?
You wouldn't.
In my head, I thought it just either it wouldn't adhere properly in my head, or you just lose it in the shininess of the mirror. But no, it's an absolute treat. Looks very expensive, Craig.
Looks very expensive, and it's along the same lines as so many people wouldn't necessarily think to use white and ivory together. Whereas I think that works well together, just as well as your silver and gold works together. So give it a shot. It can absolutely work. So what I'm then just going to do is, let's bring in some of our layers so we can create our shaker card. So what we're going to do is bring in our adhesives, and then we're just going to pop that all the way around. You'd secure it with a lot more adhesive than I am, and I'll come along later on and just add a few extra bits. So what I'm then just going to do is just bringing in my acetate again, and we've just cut the frame. So we're just going to pop that one over the top. And then we're going to just bring in our foam on a roll. So we're just going to work all the way around. Now what I've got just to the side of me is I've got a selection of sequins, some again gold and silver.
You're a tearer, not a turner, Craig.
I am usually a cutter.
Are you?
I'm definitely not a turner.
Some people are turners, aren't they? Some people just put the foam and then they turn the foam rather than cutting it.
Yes, no, I do prefer to actually cut. If I'm not cutting, then I will tear it. But I personally feel that I don't get that good enough kind of connection. And what I mean by that is if you go around the corner, the foam tape can actually split when you're going around the corner, kind of like puckers, and then it can pucker your cardstock as well. So that's why I'll always either cut or, worst case scenario, I'm just going to tear. So now that we've got that one to go, what I'm then just going to do is let's just bring in my card layer and then just layering these ones up. So this is just one from our past 12 by 12s, kind of like our natured paper pad, and using a bit of the craft card as well. So we're going to do a 2-for thank you card. So we're actually going to have the thank you with the acetate on the front, and then the thank you on the mirror card on the inside as well.
Janet in Singapore says, wow, what an elegant combination of mirror card and foil that was. Do you know what it reminds me of? It's like a resist on the mirror card. It's almost like where the colour on the mirror hasn't quite taken is what it looks like when you put the lighter foil over it. I think it's genius, that, Craig. Hayley says, I already have the smaller foil press. Will any of these new dies fit, or do I need the bigger foil press?
So all of these, when it comes to the alphabets, when it comes to the actual frames, they are going to fit. I have got, let me just double check our borders. So I've got the border just here. I'm just layering them. So the actual borders that come with that larger platform, they're just a bit too long to go onto your smaller platform. You could still use them. What would happen though is you won't get that full
You'll have to do a
length.
bit at a time.
So you'd either do a bit of a time or you can do it at a bit of an angle. So if we look at this one here, so it will just fit at a bit of an angle. But when it comes to all of these smaller
traditional type, they'll all go
traditional
on there,
types, they're going to go through no problem.
So it turns out craft card isn't German at all, because craft papier is not how you say it in German. So what language is that? Maybe that was French, I don't know. It's craft Carter in craft in German. There you go. I'm glad we cleared that up, doing a little bit for Anglo-Germanic relations there. Loads of people shopping away still, lots of you commenting. Elizabeth says, Joe, don't go down the German route again. You remember what happened yesterday. We were talking about bungalows, and the German word for bungalow is bungalow, which I thought was really, really funny. It's just the same way, just say it differently. No, didn't land today. I got a much better reaction yesterday, you'll be pleased to know. If you'd like to go and see what a good reaction to a joke is like, go back and watch the latest show, the yesterday show. You can do that all the time over on our website. But on that note, you can watch back all of our shows on the website, and you can watch this show back as well. Also, do you remember the date you last did a foiling 101, Craig? When
do
was
I know
that?
the
Do you know when it was when you last did a foiling 101? I think it was about a month ago, wasn't it?
I think it was a bit longer than that.
Was it a bit longer than that?
I'm sure
You'll be able to find it on the website.
I think when you go onto YouTube, I think you can even just search, you know, like the foil press or Gemini, or if you actually search specific words, that will also help to just pop up.
Absolutely, 40% almost now of our brand new traditional type Expressions foil stamp die collection has gone. Remember, we are having a lot of fun, and you're going to have a lot of fun with these when you get them home as well. You've got the uppercase alphabet, the lowercase alphabet, and all the numbers coming to you in there, which is
I've just had an idea.
Awesome. Oh, what's that?
Imagine if you're at home and you are doing that, you know, that really annoying elf on a shelf.
Do you not like elf on a shelf? Craig, I mean, I thought you'd be all about the elf on a shelf. You love anything Christmassy.
I'm only saying that because I don't have kids to do it, so...
You don't need to be a kid to do it, Craig.
Do you not?
Absolutely not. You should see some of the scrapes that my friends got their elf into over Christmas. You can, you know, there's all sorts of things you can do with them.
Maybe I'll need to look into that and then start to do my elf on a shelf on my Facebook page or my Insta story.
Yes.
That would be quite good. But what was the way to say is you could then start to foil names or little clues or something like that and incorporate it with your elf on a shelf. That would be quite fun to do as well. But just going back to this one, what we've just done is create the shaker card. So we used the actual expressions to do thank you onto our acetate to create a shaker. We also done it onto our gold luxury mirror card. It could be the satin card, or it could be our mirror or adorable scoreable Centura Pearl. But then there we go, just another different style in which you can actually be using it.
Absolutely. Let me run through a few different items for you. Very busy on the traditional type. We'll come back to that in a moment. I want to run through the Monogram frames. These are super busy, by the way, guys. This one here is your bracket frame. You've then got your confetti explosion just here, which is lovely. We've then got the classic plaque as well, which is that one just there. We've also got the elegance, which is here. I absolutely adore this one. We've then got the geometric frame, which is that one just there for you. You've got the grande frame, which is that one there, as well as the hex frame. And finally, you've got the laurel wreath there as well. The hex frame. It sounded like a hiccup, really, didn't it? Rather than the name of a product. I want to just quickly share with you as well the 9x12, because it's really, really busy still on this, guys. This is the launch stock, remember, of this. And we just launched this over on across our birthday event. What it does, it just gives you more room. It basically is like when you upgrade from your Gemini Junior to your Big Daddy Gemini, you know the amount of more options it gives you when it comes to card concepts, or the size of dies that you can use, or the fact that you can maybe get a couple of different projects on here at the same time. I think if you love your foil press, then this really is a great way to go. You guess you can use two plates in conjunction as well. You can be using one, having the next one warming up if you want to. It's awesome. It really, really is fantastic. Now, $99.99 or $129.95 is what you'd pay for that. However, today, we're going to give you a freebie as well. So we're going to give you the gorgeous contemporary decorative border dies, easy for me to say, which are these gorgeous ones here. I think these are going to be beautiful for foiling things like your ribbon as well. $99.99 or $129.95. A quarter of the UK sold out and gone. 30%, almost a third now of the stock in the US has sold out and gone. So if you want that, it is getting very busy. Once this batch of stock has gone, of course we will restock it. I don't know how long it's going to take us though. So if you want to be doing your Christmas crafting on that new, larger one, then you're going to need to grab that now in this stock. I just want to remind you again what you're getting in the traditional type. Uppercase alphabet, lowercase alphabet, all the numbers, $35.99 or $39.96. As I said earlier, I think if we were talking about thin metal dies, that would be good value to get an upper and a lower and the numbers in a thin metal die just for cutting. The fact that these are foil stamp dies means that usually you definitely pay a premium for that. We're not passing that extra cost on to you, which is awesome, which is why I think they're so busy. Why some of you also are taking the opportunity to double, to a multi-order on these as well. I think if you're going to use them a lot, there's definitely a case for having two sets so you don't have to place and then pass through and then place again. If you want to order a couple of sets, you're more than welcome to do so. And if you do want to place an order, you can do that right now really easily by popping yourself over to the website crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Oh, there it is again. Right, Craig, what's next?
Right, well, I thought what we'll do is we'll come back to the expressions just shortly, but I thought maybe, should I even just foil maybe one or two of the monograms just to give you an idea of what they look and then how you could actually even incorporate your expressions into the middle, separate words. For instance, if I go back to this one here, so this was actually using the confetti explosion. So just use the confetti explosion there. But then what I've done is after it had been foiled, just used our circle nesting dies just to cut it out and then just done one of the separate ones into the middle that you can see there. So it just gives you an idea, because if you have got these originally, you maybe got the original little alphabets that come with them. If you don't have the alphabets, I don't want you to think that you can't use these. Absolutely you can. As you've seen there with that letter, pop initial into the middle. Maybe you've got a little topper from Sarah's Signature, Nature Gardens, Hunky Dory, incorporate them as well. But I just thought while we're here today, we may as well just do a bit of foiling just to show you how easy and what they look like. So what we're just doing is let's just take a piece of our white smooth cardstock. So again, this is really going to show off all of that incredible detail, especially when it comes to the confetti burst, because this is absolutely hands down my favorite because I love that effect. We've got a couple of products within our ranges where we've got like that confetti burst, and I just think it's so smart. So I'm just bringing in our foil press as well. So for this one here, I would then class it as a medium die, medium stamp. So if we can see here, just onto our 300 GSM cardstock. So medium, low like it's always been on, and then we're just going to go 15 seconds, which is on 15 seconds. So just before I actually pop that on, let's just get our foil. So we're good to go. So let's use our rose gold. Actually, do you know what I think I'm really going to do? Just to show it off, the absolute best it can be, let's do the confetti burst with the rose gold with our black matte cardstock. So this is black matte, but it could be black Centura Pearl, black glitter card, black adorable scoreable, any of these different ones. So what we're just doing is 15 seconds, we're on low, we're good to go. So I'm just going to pop that one onto our plate. Nowhere specific because there's nothing specific style-wise that I'm doing. So I'm just popping my carbon plate on because it's what I usually like to do. It's just doing the countdown. So if you are crafting, if your phone goes, if someone comes to the door, postie comes to the door, you know, after a few minutes, well, I'll say a few minutes, about 20, 25 minutes, it will cut off. So that's a safety feature. So you don't need to worry about that one as such. So let's bring in our cardstock and we've got our actual foil. So let's just quickly trim that down again slightly, that wee bit more. So we're just going to pop that one on. And again, cardstock, so it's just over the top with our carbon plate, sliding that one out, and then we're just running that one through. So we're just popping that one on. If you were to use the larger platform that we're using at the start and you want to do a few different ones, exactly the same layout, exactly the same configuration, the only difference is it's larger and you're doing it through the large Gemini. So if I take these ones off, and then I'm just going to lift that one up. Now straight away, Look at the
Oh, I love
impression
this, Craig.
that we're getting just there. So if I then bring this one close up for you to see, and then I'm really just going to take the edge. Now look at that, that's one of those satisfying sounds as well. Now you can see there, you wouldn't necessarily think that you would have to use the original small letters that come also part of it, would you? You could easily use that on its own. Die cut the circle within the middle, bring in one of the expression letters so you can pop that into the middle as well. So you don't have to just use any additional alphabets. Could be, you know, a topper, something like that. What's good with these and all our foils, especially if you were to foil that onto a white smooth cardstock or Neener card or watercolour card, the foil creates a bit of a resist as well. So if you want to do watercolours over the top, whether it's our Harmony Water Reactive or aqua pens or sparkle pens, anything like that, no matter what colour foil you use, creates that resist effect, which looks quite smart as well. And then let's just quickly as well, let's take the smaller frame, this geometric frame for this one. So with this one, let's bring in the matrix again. I can know straight away that it's going to be the small, which is 10 seconds. So let's just pop that back in. See how it's gone green? No, it's not. It's gone red, which just lets me know that it needs to come up to temperature that wee bit more. Won't take as long as like it did originally because we've been using it. So I propped it down to 10 seconds. There we go, beep to say that it's ready. And I'm just going to just make sure I've got my cardstock enough size. And then let's just do the actual rose gold again. And we're just going to trim that one up. We're just going to make that just so that I've got enough and no more. So take these bits, and I keep all these little bits, because as you've seen, these are going to be perfect for your actual alphabets. So pop that one, let's pop it that way. So pop that one into the middle, just press in start as well. So again, heat's going to come all the way through. What's going to happen as well, it's just going to foil, or it's just going to heat that outer area, the detail of the foil press stamp. That's what's going to foil.
May over on Facebook asks, can I put the foiling plate through the MIDI machine? No, is the answer to that. You cannot. It's a different opening size to your Gemini Junior. That's right, isn't it, Craig?
It is, yeah. So when it comes to your foil press, you absolutely have to do it all through your Gemini Junior or your large Gemini.
If you want to use your large Gemini with a smaller plate, we've got the extender plate available on the show for you today as well. $13.49 or $17.95. And that's what's going to allow you to use it with your bigger machine, Craig, is that right?
Absolutely, it is, yeah. So that's going to allow you, so for instance, if I just bring, tell you what, let's bring this one here. So all that you're going to do is, so I've moved that out of the way, so you'll have just seen me using that smaller carbon plate. So all that you would do instead is use the actual extender plate. That's just going to sit on the top like that. That's all you're going to do. You don't have to try and, you know, pop that in or slot it into anywhere, because a lot of people think that that's what you need to do because you've got these end parts. But all that you're just going to do is just slot it on like so, and then it's just going to run through your large Gemini, no problem at all. But if I bring this one in just here, so you can see within the middle just there, because you've got that, look at that effect. Look at that effect. You can see just there, but then that's between that one.
I like that.
But then you've got that one there with the middle where you've got that nice clean aperture. So you've got these two just here. So don't think, once again, you have to use the original small alphabets, you know, do all these different things like that. Use your larger alphabet to pop into the middle.
Awesome. If you want to grab those, then you can. They are available for you. The Gemini Monogram Foil Stamp Collection, £40 or $68 if you want to go for those. I want to remind you again about that foil press collection that we've got for you. It is the foil press machine, and it's an awesome machine. I mean, having seen other foil pressing systems out there, this one's awesome because you have that controllable heat. You've got the timer on here. It's all about you getting a great result. These machines are tried and tested, and these demonstrations are refined, so you know that you're going to get the perfect result every time. You've got the base unit, the plate itself. You then get your foil stamp dies, your foil stamp and cut dies. You get your carbon fibre shim, your metal shim, your manual, you're getting the foil in here, the holders, you're also getting the mat, and you're getting the squeezers in here as well. And you also get 100 bonus points there, as you can see as well. So you get 239 points if you went for this in the US. You can use your Club Inspired discount as well, even on our core product. So $79.99 as a platinum member in the UK, $111.96 if you are in the US. We are still talking about Craig is full steam ahead now on these expressions, so you guys are absolutely loving it. Very, very busy on this. Remember, you're getting the upper, the lower, and all the numbers. 40% of a big stock has gone here. There's a lot of you in the ordering process now as we come towards the end of this show as well. I can't wait to see the things that you guys start coming up with using this brand new launch as well. What are you going to be foiling on next then, Craig?
We are going to be foiling onto, what are we going to be foiling onto, Joe? So we're going to be going on to a bit of texture cardstock. We're going to create an easel card, but then what we're also going to do as well, just while we've got the foil press out, I've got a die cut sentiment. We're going to be foiling the die cut. So I want you to think as well, if you're new to the foil press, there's loads of other techniques out there on our YouTube where you could be then foiling die cut pieces. So don't just think about you're focusing on the expressions. So what we're going to do to start with is, again, something similar as you were talking about earlier on when it comes to age. What we're going to do is we're going to make this card, and it's going to be for 78. So, you know, instead of being 70 or 80 or 60, we're going to do 78. A card that, you know, if you were to be able to find a 78th birthday card in the shops, well, if I had a hat on, I would eat it, because I don't think you probably would. So, that's why we're going to make it 78.
Awesome.
Or any other random age that you so wish. So,
I don't know what happened there. I thought Craig was going to talk. Craig thought I was going to talk.
Yeah.
None of us talked. And it was the most awkward 4 seconds of Crafters TV history, I think.
I know,
wasn't it?
Awkward indeed.
Don't forget as well, about the show that's coming up later as well. Another fun show coming up. Myself and Fiona. It is Monday Makers, of course. So myself and Fiona will be up with that with you. We've got some awesome stuff. I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to keep it as a surprise for you. You can join us in just under an hour and a half for that show as well. And Fiona, always love to have Fiona here with us in the studio. She doesn't get up to us that often, so it's great that we're together for a couple of hours as well, bringing your Monday to a close. So make sure you join us for that in about an hour and 25 minutes.
And all professionalism will resume when Fiona's back in here.
Oh, I don't know. She can be trouble, that Fiona, you know. She's
She's
mischievous sometimes. She leads me up the garden path every now and then. Don't you worry about that, Craig.
Oh, I know what she's like. I know what she's like. So I'm just doing 78 is backwards, and what we're going to do is just at 10 seconds, because it's relatively small. So we're just going to press start. Taking another die cut piece from our relatively new die cut range, or our nesting dies. And what I'm just going to do, I've just got some gold foil that I had from my stash. You do get some gold foil within your starter kit as well. So let's just trim that one down that wee bit more. So let's just pop that one on, and then we're going to pop that into the place, just using the guides within the actual platform as a guide. Sliding that one out. And we're just going to be running that one through. So as that comes through, that's then going to foil onto our cardstock. Again, could be so many different materials out there that you want to foil onto. If you're into your soft crafts, and you could be doing your gross grains, your ribbons when it comes to your ribbons, or it could be any different materials and fabrics. So if I then, we can see just there, if I then just peel that one off,
awesome.
So we've got 78, and because this is a texture card, you get that texture look as well coming through, which works really, really well. So we can just move that. Actually, what we're going to do is let's keep it just for the time being. Now, what I'm doing here is if I bring in, this is just one of our die cut celebrations. So this is just the word celebration that's die cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right up here to 40 seconds. Now, I know this seems a lot, but we want this to do the transfer of the foil. So we're also bringing in another piece of gold foil. So this is these ones here. So what I'm doing is we're going to do our foil shiny side down. So it's shiny side down like always. Then what we're doing is we're bringing in our sentiment. Now again, the actual right side, so this is the right side, so we need to just tip that one the other way round. So we've got that one good to go. Then I've just taken just a piece of white cardstock, 300 GSM, and this is going to act as our shim. Then what I'm also going to do is I've got in my bag, actual foil press bag. I've got just a magnetic shim. Now this is one that I just keep for my foil press.
Oh, that looks like it's seen better days, that one.
Exactly, it does, doesn't it? But I just use it. I just use it for my foil press.
Right.
So this is the one that I keep solely for
looks like
that
it's gone
one.
10 rounds of Mike Tyson, that magnetic shim.
Very close to it. Yeah, I think I should invest into a new one. But I just keep this one separate. Then what I'm just going to do is put my carbon plate over the top and we're press and start. This is the only technique where you layer them all together and then press start. As you'll have seen over the last, well, what's that, just over an hour and a half, what we've been foiling, we have then been putting the actual foil press stamps on, heating, and then popping the cardstock on and running it through. So it needs that good amount of time so the heat transfers through the base, through the foil, through your cardstock, and then obviously you're going to have that resist of the pressure.
Awesome. What stops you when you're doing a normal foiling from adding the foil on before you heat the foil stamp dies up, Craig?
Because this is when, again, you're then going to get that over-foiling.
Okay.
Exactly. So instead of it just foiling the foil press stamp, or the expression in this instance, what's happening is it's then obviously foiling the stamp, it's foiling the foil, then going onto your cardstock, so it's actually giving it longer than it actually needs. So let's take these ones off. To take this one off so we can see how this is starting to transfer. So if I peel these ones off, so peeling that one off.
Love this, Craig.
Now look at that. So we'll get the actual negative on that bit there, but then look at that. So we've now got our foiled sentiment. This could be a sentiment, this could be a nesting die, this could be an outline die, this could be any sort of die cut that you've got at home. So we can then move that one out the way, and then we're just going to construct our card. So let's just bring in all our different layers. So it's one that I'd already done. I just popped it through the Xyron. And with these die ranges, what we got is the background to go with it. So let's just bring in our layers just into here. I've even got the middle bit. We're all good to go. And we're taking our tape runner.
You've got lots of layers there, Craig.
Loads and loads of layers for this one.
Them.
It just goes...
Sorry, go on.
No, it's okay. No, it was just, I was just a way to say it just goes to show that even though you've got one small foiled element, you can make a larger card. So don't just think as though that has to be a small card. You can do a larger area.
I was going to ask you, Patricia says, do you place the stamps on the plate as you wait for the right temperature?
No. So you wait for the temperature to come up and you wait for it to go green, and then you pop all of your foil press stamps on.
Awesome. Creative Touches asks you, I don't know what this is, Craig. So, Craig, can deco foil be used with the Gemini foil press?
I have never heard of deco foil before. That is one that I'll need to try and find out and see exactly. The foil needs to be heat foil.
Do other brands of heat foil work through our machine?
You can use other ones. The only thing is, Joe, is all your other heat foils, they have been tried and tested for that one temperature.
Of course.
What's the word? Temperature.
Range?
Range, yeah. Whereas with ours, if I just bring in our machine as well, so with ours, you know, we've got 3 actual temperature gauges here. We've got a low, medium, and a high, which all our foils have been actually been manufactured and tested so that it's going to work with all these different ranges. Plus, because you've got the timer, so your actual foil could maybe only be on for 5 seconds. It might be on for 50 seconds. So this is where our foil that Leanne and the team have had to manufacture works perfectly, no matter what temperature that it's on, whatever time that it's on for, whereas other heat ones have just been tried and tested for that one temperature heat. So we can't guarantee you're going to get that perfect result like you would get with our one.
Awesome. Really awesome. Also, there was one more here as well that I had. Yolanda says, do you put the numbers backwards when we foil them in the same way we do with the letters? You spell it backwards, Craig?
Absolutely, yeah. So it goes on backwards just so that it is readable in the correct way.
Awesome. Very, very busy as we come towards, well, as we move into the last part of this show. It's absolutely awesome. When are you back on Crafters TV, Craig?
I am back. Actually, there's no getting rid of me from Thursday onwards. After today, tomorrow and Wednesday, I'm away down to Create and Craft here in the UK. And then I am here on Crafters TV near enough every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm back on Saturday for 5 days, so hopefully we'll have some shows together.
I think we are. I think I am in completely till Saturday. I don't have a show on Sunday, and then I am back in afterwards as well. So yeah, it's going to be all
I've just
go.
found out something, Craig.
I know, I heard that too as well.
Producer Laura's bringing in donuts on Saturday. I am on a diet. This is not going to end well. No donuts to the end of lockdown, I've decided. No being naughty until the end of lockdown for me. No wine, no beers, no calories, no laughing, no fun. All of the things.
And it's getting into Christmas season.
Well, it is. I mean, because I just feel like as long as I'm good till the 4th of December, which is when hopefully things will get back to normal a bit more here in the UK, then I'll be able to go out and eat all the things that I didn't eat in November, and I'll end up just as fat as I was going to be in January anyway, so it'll be fine. It'll be great. All the things I didn't eat in November, I'll eat them in December.
You're not fat.
We've just been for a photo shoot this morning, and well,
You looked awful snazzy.
I was very snazzy, wasn't I? It was all in black, which was great. I don't wear black very often, but yeah, it was very, very snazzy. Go and have a look over on my Facebook page if you want to see the pics.
Any teasers as to why you were doing
I was
that?
dressed in black, so what could be happening at some point during the month that involves black, being dressed in black with lots and lots of purple shopping bags? Thanksgiving. Maybe just a little bit later than Thanksgiving. Something that I will be doing a preview of next Wednesday with the boss. That's all I can say. Something kicking off next Wednesday. Oh, I've said too much.
Not Friday.
Wouldn't, well, it's culminating towards Friday.
And you were in black.
And I will be in black, yes.
See that garden path that you always lead me down, Joe? I'm doing the same.
So yes, but very, very exciting. Lots of stuff coming up very soon.
But there we go. It was just to show how we've just used the 78, so those two expressions, but we've made that nice sizable card, which was an easel card, and then with the nest and die, just so that you can see, it is 5.5 by 5.5. So again, nice sizable card, even although we're just using a smaller expression.
How awesome. Absolutely love that. If you want to get your hands on $35.99, $39.96, lots of other bits in the show as well that are proving really busy. That white stamping card, still very busy. An absolute essential. I know it's called stamping card. It should be called anything card because it stamps, it die cuts beautifully, it embosses, it is great for construction as well. 300 GSM is an all-round awesome weight, perfect for you to foil onto if you wanted to as well. $9.99, $14.99, any four for £30 or $42, which is awesome. We've also got the craft card stock as well, the strong card stock now, as we know that's what it means. $9.99 or $14.99, any four for £30 or $42. So can I mix and match then across the craft and the stamping card? Oh, I think we can. I'll get that double checked for you. You can indeed. Right, I want to just share with you again the 9x12. Very, very busy. UK stock, well over 30% gone now. Over half the stock in the US is gone. The reason there are two different stock pools for this is obviously there's different. Is it voltage that's different between the UK and the US? Yes, there's a slight difference in voltage, which means the machines are slightly different, which means the platform needs to be different. Don't worry, you don't have to worry about anything. When you go onto the US website, you'll only see the US products. When you go onto the UK website, you'll only see the UK products. So that's all you need to worry about. $99.99 or $129.95. You're also getting as well $12.99 or $14.99 worth of free dies in here as well. So you're going to get this, which is the contemporary decorative borders, which you're getting in there. $99.99, $129.95. Club Inspire Platinum members on that one, $79.99 or $103.96. I want to share with you some of the gorgeous images that you guys have been sending in to us as well. Love it when you send us pictures of the things that you've been up to. Christine McCrone sent us this one. Jingle bells. I love that, Craig.
That's so good. I love that effect. And I think that's just on a straight card blank, which is really effective.
Really nice. And also from Christine, this one, this gorgeous nativity scene.
Again, see how the actual foil press stamps just does all the talking, does all the shouting for you, straight onto your cardstock. That's all you need to do.
And Michelle's been very busy as well with some boxes and some foiling here, using those Christmas ones. They're gorgeous.
Really good. So going from card blanks all the way up to boxes.
Schmedlings is what Carol's been working with here. I think it looks beautiful with that big butterfly there. And also you've got Thinking of You there in the middle of that as well. The traditional type, still very, very busy. I know Craig has got. Have you got one more, Craig? You want to squeeze in before the end?
I don't have one. Well, what I wanted to do was I wanted to show you some other things that you can be making with them.
Yes.
Just to give you a bit more ideas, a bit more inspiration as to wet those juices.
Lots of chatter online what the photo shoot might be about. Joe, I needed some black shades apparently, according to Pam, and then I could have been the Men in Black. Yeah. Angela says, Joe, it's already Christmas season. Why deny yourself donuts? I know, but you know. Michelle Knits for You says, Joe, I saw the picture that you posted this morning. You look awesome. You deserve donuts. Well, if you think I deserve donuts... No, I'm only joking. Yes, I'm going to have all of the donuts in December. The thing is, like, I don't know about you guys, but my Christmas, and if we're allowed to, the month running up to Christmas, it just centres around meeting up with friends and going for dinner. That's all it is. And it could be like 4 nights a week. Well, I'm hopeful we will be able to meet friends for dinner in December. If we can't, maybe there'll be a lot of Zoom dinners happening, or just be staying in eating all the donuts at home, which I'm all right with. It means I don't have to, you know, I've only got to sort of get myself from the living room to the bedroom at the end of the evening, which is fabulous. Anyway, enough about my Christmas. No, that's upside down. If you want to go for these, $35.99, $39.96 to get your hands on them. Loads of you still got some questions coming in as well. I'll go through those and pop them towards over to Craig before the end of the show. Okay, Craig, what is next?
So what I've done is I've got a selection of different things to show you. So what I've done as well is not only the expressions, I've got a couple of the monograms just to show you how you can then incorporate them. But when these ones here, so as we were saying earlier on, yes, it could be someone's name, it could be a sentiment, but then, you know, if you want to do these quirky ones where we've got you two are one, which I'm presuming that must be a wedding card, you know, you two are one, become one, or if they're just a big U2 fan. You know, it could very well be that sort of take, having a bit of fun. But then just having to do your little patchwork as well. I love you. What about Valentine's there as well? Just doing a bit of a cross. New home that you can see just here. So small cards, larger cards that you can see. But then incorporate your stamping. So we do the stamping where we've just got the age at the top. And then bringing in your other actual collections from Sarah's Crafty Fun. You've got your new job. So think of all these other occasions that you've got. Home decor. So again, this could be then wedding cards. It could be anniversary cards if you so wish. But then we've got, we are proud of you. So if you're someone's passed their exams, or maybe you're just wanting to say, we love you, or, you know, we're thinking of you. You know, so nice at this moment just to receive a card through the post from, you know, a family member, a friend, just to say that we're thinking of you. But again, if I bring this one, I showed you earlier on, but we've got the collections where it's our Christmas ranges that you could be foiling onto as well. But then let's go into the monogram. So what we're doing is we're looking at the outside of the frames just here. So we're looking at these outside parts just here. So you could be putting banners in between. If you do have smaller alphabet fonts, you could be using them. So again, just showing you just a couple, some of the smaller ones just here. So you'll use whatever you've got within your own crafty stash. But then if we bring in, let's also bring in this one here onto a bit of our texture craft card that you can see just there. So use them together as well. If I bring back in this one, because I absolutely love this one. I love how we can just bring in the monograms and bring in the actual sentiment dies as well. I keep saying sentiment dies, they're not sentiment dies, alphabet dies, alphabet dies. But you can then bring them in, mix and match in that as well. It'll be really, really good. So just a few different ideas as to what you can then use and create when it comes to both sets.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and loads you're going to be able to do with them. As we said earlier, the great thing about them, I think, is the fact that they are so, alphabets are versatile. These are particularly versatile as well. Let me run you back through those monogram frames that we've got for you on the show. We've got the bracket frame. Which is this one just here. You also have the confetti explosion. You can get all of these individually if you want to across on the website. You then have the classic plaque, which is this one just here. We have got the elegance, which is that one there. We then have the geometric frame, which you can see here. We've got the grande frame, which produces that for you. Then you've got the hex frame, which is that one there. And finally, the laurel wreath as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. Right, we still have, oh, hello, I'm knocking everything everywhere over here. We've got that 9x12. Now, the 9x12 was launched over the birthday event, and there was a foiling show that I think Sarah did with Ben when they launched this. So you can definitely go back and watch that show if you want to. It might have been Leanne actually. But the 9x12 is basically the difference between your Gemini Junior and your large Gemini machine. So I think about all the differences that makes for you in your crafty world. So card concepts, where you struggle to get those card concepts through your smaller Gemini, this is going to be great for you. Maybe big dies where you want to use your thin metal dies for paper, for foiling, sorry, but they don't go through the Gemini Junior, so you'd have to go through the bigger machine. This is that bigger platform for you. It is awesome value for money at $99.99 or $129.95. What you're also getting as well is these dies in here as well, the contemporary decorative borders. It's getting really busy. When this goes, obviously we will reorder the stock. However, I don't know how long it's going to take us to get this back into stock. Over 30% of this has gone in the US. In the US, over 50% of the stock has gone. Very, very busy on that. If you want to get that as well, if you're a platinum member, $79.99 or $103.96 as a platinum member. Don't forget as well also about the foil press itself. Now the foil press is on our website. We sell so many of these day in, day out at $99.99. $139.95. However, what we've done today as a little bit of a special extra is we've slapped 100 bonus points on there as well for you, which is brilliant. So it means that it's a really great little addition. You've got everything that you expect to get in there. You've got all of your, you've got the base, the platform, you've got the two shims, the user manual. You've also got foil stamp and cut dies. Oh, and it's all going well. And some foil stamp dies in here, as well as the foils, and then all the extra bits that you need to get going. And as you can see, an extra 100 bonus points on there as well, which is awesome to get the extra points. But the expressions, these have really been the star of the show today. It is a brand new launch. It is a Crafters TV launch. You've not seen these before. Almost half the stock now has sold out and gone here. $35.99. As a platinum member in the UK, you can get them for $28.79. In the US, $39.96, which becomes $31.97 as a platinum member. Loads of you chatting away as well still in the comments, which is awesome. Now, I know I've only got a few minutes left, Craig, about 5-6 minutes left. What do you want to share with us before the end of the show?
I thought what we would do is we'd come back and I'd show you just roughly a bit of the resist technique that I kind of showed you earlier on.
Oh, yeah.
Or told you about earlier on. So I've just got a piece of our white smooth cardstock cut to 5x5, and I just thought I'll do a bit of a matting layer just for afterwards. And then what I've also just done is I've got my foil press all here good to go, and I thought let's take your name, Joe. Let's go for Joe. So let's go for the J, and we'll go for the O, and we'll go for the E. And what I will just do just before we do that, let's get our foils. So let's use the Aurora. Now the technique, resist technique, would work well with all your different foils. However, I think the lighter the foils work really well, such as the Aurora, or if you've got anything like the silver, or maybe the disco ball, anything like that one. Icicle works really well too. So what I'm just going to do is we're on to 11 seconds, because if we see here, 300 GSM cardstock, I would say it's round about that smaller die, because we're just using the 3 letters just here at the side. So I'm actually going to come down just about 9 seconds. So again, just using the grids within the platform. So we're just going to do Joe, and we're going to do G, O, and then E.
Don't forget the E, Craig. A lot of people miss the E off my name, and it's frustrating. Just J.O. is a girl's name, yes. Short for Joanne, I believe, or Joanna.
Yeah, a couple of my my friends that are called Joanna get called Joe for short. And
I'm actually a Joseph as well, and a lot of people spell it Joeseph, which is
really?
Right. There's no. Yeah, I get that quite a lot on cards. Yeah, when I tell someone what my name is, I often get Joeseph. Of course, just Joseph. Yeah. That was an interesting story, wasn't it?
Different names, different spellings.
I love the Facebook groups you can join, because now, like when you go to places like Starbucks and you tell them your name and they write it on, I love the groups of like people that they're called like, I don't know, Roddery or something, and it says like Bernard on it, or you know, they're just this really bad misspelt names. I think it really makes me chuckle.
Mine's as close. Mine says it's still R-A-I-G, but at the start, instead of a C, I always get a G. So it's Greg. Yeah.
Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Greg.
So if I take these ones off, so we've now got
So that's a Mighty Boosh reference, sorry. That is awesome, Craig. Love that. Oh, I love the shiny.
I thought you were doing that, Craig David.
Someone, oh, Craig, there was yesterday on TV, or was it the day before, there was the World Championships for tag. You know, like tag where you tag each other.
Wow.
And all I could think of was Craig going, oh, chase me. And they were just chasing each other around, tagging each other. But it was like a world championship of it. They were like free running as well. And all I could think about was you saying, oh, chase me. I was having a right old chuckle on the sofa, having my eggs on toast in the morning.
I bet you were thinking of me chasing. Love it. Love it, love it. I'd be good at that game. Well, I don't know about now. I used to be in school, yeah.
Well, this was like, they were almost like they were in this like complex, Craig, and it was like there was bars and things and they was jumping over things and it was very, like a big obstacle course, but it was like, you know, like you see free running when people like running across buildings and the tops of buildings and things. It was kind of like that, but indoors on like this pre-erected thing, and they were like tagging each other. It was very, very intense, but it was basically just a game of chase, really.
Yeah, yeah. Did they have like a ribbon or tag or something on their back?
No, I think they actually had to touch each other. To be honest, one of them was a bit rubbish, so he didn't catch the other guy the whole time I was watching it, so I don't know what happened if he caught him.
Really?
It's just two people, yeah.
Oh, that's not as fun if there's just two. You know, you usually want a big group. You want to do a bit of a big group, don't you?
Do you? I don't know.
So I just foiled with the silver foil, well, it was Aurora, and then onto our white smooth cardstock. But then I just went over the top. I just took the fuchsia.
Can I keep that, Craig?
Sorry?
Can I keep that?
Well, I was just actually going to give it to you, yeah.
Oh,
so I thought that
thanks.
well, I thought what we'd just do is the reason I cut my matte layer underneath. But what happens is the foil, and keeping in mind, it could be any of the coloured foils. This doesn't have to be Aurora. It actually creates that bit of a resist. So that works exactly the same. If you want to do your sparkle backdrops, if you want to do your aqua pen backdrops, anything like that, you can still be using them, no problem at all. But just doing that little bit matte and layering, add a bit of decoration if you wanted to. But I just wanted to show you how you could create that sort of resist effect when it comes to your foils.
Awesome. I think it looks fantastic, Craig. I'm going to pop that up on my new shelving unit in my apartment. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
This here, I just want to quickly recap the traditional type, where you are. The traditional type for you, you're going to get the uppercase, the lowercase, and you're going to get all the numbers in there. $35.99 or $39.96. Still really busy also on the Monogram Frames, so I'm going to run through those one last time for you. Let me get them the right way around. There we are. So you've got the bracket frame. You also have the confetti explosion. We've got the classic plaque. We have the elegance, which is that one there. You've got the geometric frame, the grande, the hex, and you finally got the laurel wreath as well. £40, $68. It's been amazing. It's been such a busy launch day. It's gone so quickly as well. Massive thanks to Craig. Craig, I will see you on Saturday.
You will do.
If I don't see you on Crafters TV before then, which no doubt I will. You guys at home, massive thanks to you guys as well. Don't forget, back here, 1 hour's time, myself and Fiona. So it's your 1 hour warning. I'll see you back here for Monday Makers in an hour. See you then. Bye.